So time is what
it comes and goes.
Is what we always have every single day. You know what I'm saying? Time is what we're actually limited on. You know what I'm saying? We never know our time's gonna be up. So investing time is a huge thing. Sitting right here, y'all, and today is the first Greatness Unlimited podcast video interview that I'm doing with my boy Tommy, the creator and founder of Vizway Media. If y'all don't know about it, y'all about to know about it. This man is a professional at his craft. He is a creator that I personally look up to. This man has done a music video for me, my Eon's music video that's gonna be up there, and it turned out amazing. My very first project, and he was doing crazy professional work and, you know, charging me friend prices, really. But yeah, Tommy, like, tell us a little bit about yourself. What's your channel like? What's it about? What you do?
So first and foremost, everybody calls me Tommy, so I just call me Tommy. Started Vizway Media. So I used to make beats. So I would go by Tommy Productions. And then when I got my first camera, I kind of changed it to like Tommy Visuals. And then when I got the video, it just became Vizway Media. So that whole name just changed a little bit.
Oh, it evolved. They got catchier. Yeah.
Yeah. So now I'm with Vizway Media, and I pretty much do like YouTube, like camera reviews or tutorials for other creators that need help with different things in that nature. Yeah.
Dope. So you have like tutorial videos, and I've seen like you have like those fancy unboxing videos that got like the sound effects and. All that fancy stuff.
I like watching unboxing videos for myself, so I think a lot of people like viewing that kind of stuff. So when I do have new gear, I like to do the unboxings just to make it cool.
It is. It's really helpful, and it's aesthetically pleasing too. Yeah. Like you really want to sit there and watch it, even if I don't have $10,000 to buy the equipment you got, right?
Sure, I don't need it.
I still like to watch it and be like, yo, this is really cool. What is your favorite project? Your most favorite project you've done since you started? Why?
This is a good question, because I feel like every time I do a new project, it's my best one.
Right.
But I would say my favorite was probably when I went to LA.
LA?
I got a BTS video coming out. It's not out yet, but it's when I shot.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned. It's when I shot a project from one of my friends that I met in Germany. Yeah. We shot in Germany, and then like 3 years had passed. We've been trying to link up, and he PCS to LA or out in Vandenberg. So we've been piecing, chopping it up. And then we finally got together to shoot. Because the reason why it's my favorite is because it was shot on a handy cam. The whole video shot on high 8 tapes.
You have another video out on your channel that shows like the handy cam footage and stuff like that. It's really cool.
And like vintage footage. That vintage like aesthetic. It's crazy because it's making this comeback within footage now. Like all the film aesthetic, even with photos and video, it's coming back. It's making this comeback.
It really is. Like especially like with a lot of like music videos and stuff too. Like see people using like, you know, the vintage footage.
Yeah, like a lot of Givion's work. It looks like it's shot on film. Yeah, I like how that looks.
It really adds like a whole other aspect of like storytelling and all that kind of stuff.
For sure. See, I would definitely say that one in LA, because a lot happened that shoot. We got into a car accident. The day I got there, we got into a car accident. Luckily, nobody was injured. Yeah. But we still shot the next day, but it was just crazy. That's why probably was my favorite shoot, because the things that happened up to the shoot made it like so much worth it.
Yeah, so it was a whole adventure.
Yeah, it was definitely an adventure, but it was a good shoot though, for sure.
Okay, this is up. So when you first started out, what was your biggest struggle? What was the struggle that made it seem like, damn, can I even really continue this? Because this is like becoming really difficult. Like what aspect? You know, marshaling the cars and stuff.
I would say just the learning curve, because I had no idea about cameras at all. So when I first got my first camera, I was only doing photo. So that learning curve was a little bit easier to kind of get into. But once I got into video, I was like, I don't want to do this, but this is kind of hard. So I was watching YouTube every day, bro. Like after work, sometimes like during my lunch at work, so I would just be watching YouTube, just self-teaching myself as much as I can until I got to a point where it's like, I feel like I'm comfortable enough to present myself to like different artists and do work for them. So I think that was the hardest part, was the learning curve. And I think But anything, people get discouraged because when they first start out, it's like it's not how I wanted it to be, but you got to keep going,
right?
Because nothing is easy at first, and even when you get to that point, you still have to continue to work.
You have to progress. You have to try to do more and continue to grow the quality of your work. You know what I'm saying?
For sure, yeah. And then like once I got to YouTube, I was always looking at my like subscriber count, and I was like, bro, this shit not moving.
Yeah.
I was like, you can't look at it like that. Because one, nobody knows who you are besides your friends and family. And two, you just got to keep going, man. Because if I would have stopped, I would not be where I'm at today. Same thing with you. You got almost over 2,000 subscribers. I got 3,000. So it's like you just have to keep going and just keep working hard.
Right. You have to like, it's just like when they say like, if you focus too much on making money, then you're not going to make no money. You just going to be stressed out. Like you have to focus on like, the passion behind like what you're doing, you know what I'm saying? The like real, why do you want to do this?
Yeah.
So like, obviously, cinematography is like a really lucrative field to get into, right? But before you can get to like a really lucrative point, you gotta rent equipment or buy equipment. Yeah. So you know it costs money to get there. So like your first initial thing couldn't be, oh, I want to do this for a whole lot of money. What made you like really like want to push to learn? Like you said, you had that learning curve. What made you want to spend all your extra time? Because like you were out in Germany, right? Yeah. You could have, you still had a good time, but you could have spent all of your time having a good time, right?
Exactly.
But what made you decide, okay, I'm gonna stay in my dorm and watch video after video, even though I don't know what I'm doing? Like what made, like looking at it now, it's like I bet you're so happy that you made that that sacrifice for yourself, like that sacrifice of your time.
Yeah.
But like, what made you do that?
So it's crazy. Like going back to high school, I always wanted to be like in yearbook clubs to take photos and videos of like sports and everything. But I played sports year round, so I never had the opportunity. So when I got to Germany, I got my first camera. I was like, I'm gonna try this out, and if it works, it works. And then I fell in love with it, and then I got into the video, and I fell in love even more. Yeah. So I was like, yeah, this is it. This is the one. That's
that thing that you do that when you're doing it, it's like a euphoric feeling, like that childlike happiness of like.
When I found that out, I was like, yeah, man, this is my calling. This is what I'm made to do on this earth, to create for myself and for other young creators coming up, to help them out as much as I can, help myself out, and just be as creative as possible.
Okay. Definitely creativity is through the roof, man. Creativity is through the roof. And that's like something that you need to do well when it comes to YouTube specifically, or like just videography, because you gotta do like different angles. You gotta think of the storyline behind just the video with no audio. You know what I'm saying?
There's a lot of moving parts, man.
There is.
A lot of people don't understand. Like, I know you understand, but other artists may not understand like what I do or what other creators do behind the scenes.
Right.
Like the pre-production, making sure everybody's good to go on set, making sure you got all your gear ready to go, making sure when you go back and post, you know how to edit certain things for the particular song, for that mood of the song. So it's a lot of different moving parts that some people don't understand. And I feel like I think I do a good job of trying to help other artists understand that aspect of things. But sometimes it's like making my life a little bit more harder than what it should be. So yeah, it just depends on who you're working with. That's why I like working with you and other artists who really understand the true art form of videography or cinematography. It makes that creative flow a lot easier.
So much easier. Like I was thinking about like today, like with the video, I'm just like, okay, one thing I'm really gonna need help on is this setup, man. This lighting and this setup, because I'm used to doing like, like up close, like this is right here videos, or like me moving something and I just set the camera in one place. So I was like, okay, this is gonna be different. And I'm also, we're also doing an interview, so we got to think about that. But I'm just like, no, he's definitely gonna be able to help me to where we can set this up, because like, I feel what you're saying. Like, it's really nice to work with somebody, another creator that understands
and appreciates it too.
Exactly. And like whenever you shot my music video, that really showed me like all of the stuff that goes into. I was just looking at the contract the other day, like just down to the contract, like. I'm like, yo, this is really this is big boy stuff, like this is big boy professional, like like stuff like how everything was laid out, and then what was it called, like the sheet that we had that pretty much
like the mood board and
the mood board,
like
the shot list.
Yeah, that's what's important, man. Like I understand there's times where like you do running gun, but I'm at the point now where I like to have everything lined up. Even though I know sometimes on set you might do an audible, but I like to at least know I got this, that, and third that I want to get through, and then everything else is just it happens spontaneously. Yeah. So yeah.
And you having that structure for it just makes it to where it's easier to freestyle afterwards because that structure is already set in place. You know, this needs to be covered or this needs to happen. Anything else happens from that is, you know what I'm saying, just spur of the moment, beautiful creativity. You know,
and also I know you had mentioned that was like your first real music video, so I wanted to make your experience a lot easier and easy to flow with when you're on set. So I know having that structure and having things in order would make my life easier and make your life easier because you won't be stressing out. And then like I lost
the speaker. Oh.
And then like I wasn't tripping because I know like how I feel and how I react is going to reflect on everyone else. So as a director, for people watching this video or anybody that's leading things, you can't show that kind of reaction. You have to stay calm, stay collected, because if I would have started tripping, you could have started tripping, people on set would have been tripping, so it just would have made everything just collapse.
I lost this man's $200 speaker.
It wasn't even that serious, but like I got another one, so I'm not even tripping. It was just a speaker, bro.
When this video gets crazy views like it's going to, then YouTube's gonna pay right back for it. You know,
that's good.
One of the things that you were doing that you had on the shot list was like that app that you use to tell where the sun is at. Yeah. You know, me being a light skin, the sunset and the sunrise is very important, right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you were able to, you took the extra time and effort to find the app to get the time stamps. Like, oh, the sun's gonna be right here at this location at this time, and this is when we're gonna get that best, the view, the look that we want. You know what I'm saying? This is when we're gonna get that best look that we want.
And that goes back into some people not understanding what happens beforehand the shoot. Right. Because I went out prior, like a week before, around the same time we would shoot, just so I can know the sun angles and the best angles to shoot that particular scene at that particular location.
And to visualize the video before the equipment was there, before I was there, before the Jeep was there, right?
So when we got there, I knew everything, where you needed to stand, where we needed to set up. It was all smooth and good to go.
Yes, sir. How many years have you been doing like cinematography? So like how many years ago did you actually get your camera, that first camera?
So I bought my first camera in September 2017.
2017?
Yeah. And like I said, I wanted to only do photo first, but I met one of my best friends out in Germany, and that's the reason why I bought my camera. It was because of him, because he wanted to shoot a birthday video. Okay. But that that video was so trash, bro. I couldn't even edit it because I didn't know what I was doing. So I shot the video. He edited in iMovie because I didn't know what I was doing in iMovie. I didn't have any other like editing software. Yeah. And then like once that happened, I was like, that kind of goes back to the other question. Once that happened, that's when I realized, I was like, I really want to better myself. So I bought Premiere Pro, I bought the Adobe Cloud and everything, and I locked in and watched a bunch of YouTube videos. So I can, for the next time, I'll be ready to go and not have to rely on the people.
Yeah. You made an investment, like you made an investment of money and time. Yeah. You know, time investments are like the biggest investment that we can offer to anything, because money it's real, but you know what I'm saying? It really ain't real. Time is what is what we always have every single day. You know what I'm saying? Time is what we're actually limited on. You know what I'm saying? We never know our time's gonna be up. So investing time is a huge thing. Yeah. But you know, if you want huge results, you gotta do something huge. You gotta invest something huge in time.
Yeah, so 2017, that's when I first started. I got my first camera. I was in Germany at the time. I started doing like club events and stuff. And that's why I don't like doing that kind of stuff now, is because I got tired of it. Yeah. And it's just like, that's not my kind of scene anymore. I want to like have controlled environments. Right. And like with that in the club, it's like so many people don't want their photos taken or video taken. It's like, all right, I'm like,
y'all killing the vibe, man.
It got to a point where it's like, it got super annoying. It's cool to like be around your friends and everything, but not with my gear. Because one, I don't like drinking with my gear when I'm doing my work.
Right, yeah.
It's I don't like that kind of environment. I will do it. I did it recently for one of my good friends, but that's like in a special occasion type deal. You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah, because it's a liability for sure doing that.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. So I like to only mainly do control music videos, or I'm actually really want to get into like maybe short films or creative commercials as well.
I see those like the clips that you put on like your TikTok and on your Instagram, where it's like there'll be like a message kind of like playing in the background, somebody talking in the background, and like and you'll be like using your drone, so you'll be like on top of your car, or like you sitting in like this open field and you have the view coming out. Like that's really what's the word? I don't know. It's cinematographic, I guess. I don't know. Like it looks really good. Like you're not saying anything in these videos.
Yeah, I'm not.
But you're telling it's like you're telling some kind of story.
Yeah.
Like I'm watching it and I'm like, am I like looking at a journey right now? Like I feel like I'm watching a short like journey or something.
Yeah, and also having an idea. So when I started doing that, I kind of had an idea sparked like a couple of days ago for like a series on my YouTube channel. So that should be coming here soon. Ooh. I just got to piece it together. I had like, it's like almost the same concept of like not saying much and getting a message across in like a short amount of time. So it's something like that. But yeah, coming soon on the channel. Coming soon on the channel. Yeah.
And it's crazy how you can do that with video, right? Like you can tell a story without saying a word.
And that's why I think I gravitate more towards video. You can do the same thing with photos too. A picture can tell 1,000 words, but with me,
with a video,
the moving picture, man, it just does something to me. I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's just how it affects me when I look at my work or other people's work. It's like
when you can feel something from it.
Yeah, I can feel it. Yeah.
Okay. So you've been doing this for, you said, 5 years. I know we kind of covered that one already. It was started doing it 5 years ago.
I didn't get into YouTube until 2019 though.
2019.
I posted my director's reel. I was shooting like those event recaps and everything. So I posted my first reel at the end of 2018. That's when I made my YouTube account on Christmas Day, actually. Yeah. Christmas Day 2018 or Christmas Eve, one of the two. And then I didn't get into YouTube like I guess more until April 2019.
Okay.
That's when I was doing a bunch of vlogs and I was shooting more music videos, but I didn't have any behind the scenes at the time. But then like 2020 hit, that's when like I think stuff started to really hit the fan for me.
Yeah.
When I got here, 2020 was a really good year for me. I did a lot of tutorials that really hit off on YouTube. A lot of vlogs with some good friends of mine. It's just that was a really good year for me creatively to get to a point where I am now.
Definitely. Yeah. I remember me, bro, and you were telling me like like you know, like what you do, and I was like, dude, you're like, yeah, I'm thinking about starting my YouTube back up. Bro, do it, bro. Like what you talk about, you think about it, bro. Do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I always tell you, bro, with the skill that you got, man, the dedication you got, bro, you gonna be making music videos with Drake one day, bro. I keep telling you, bro.
Crazy,
you know what I'm saying? Like, you gonna be making things on the big screen, bro. Hey, all right, so I know that I got some old videos on my channel that they make me cringe, right? They'll cringe because, you know, either it's a lack of editing or I ain't got no tone in my voice, you know what I'm saying? Or I just didn't know what I'm doing, lack of quality, you know what I'm saying? Do you got some videos like that?
I do. I have a couple, but my first one that I think is the most cringiest. Is that cringe? Is that the word? Cringiest?
The most cringe.
The most cringe.
Cringe.
The most cringe is it's my first vlog, and it actually got taken down because of copyright issues. I was at a Drake concert out in London, so that was my first vlog ever. I was so hyped for the drop. I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be cool." My friends felt me want to see the vlog and everything, but. Nah, so it didn't get posted, but it got blocked because of the songs I used on there, whatever. But going back and watching that video, it's like I had no like camera awareness. Like the way I was talking was just, it sounded so weird. I feel like I look weird too. I didn't have a straight bare face, bro. And I think like looking back at that video, I just looked and sounded awkward.
How do you feel when you look at them? Like yeah, it makes you cringe. Or it's like sometimes like I can't watch.
It really makes me appreciate the growth of where I was and then where I am now.
Exactly.
It's like, dang, bro, that was me.
Yeah, right. You think about it too, like if you keep the same dedication, you know the point that you're at now. You're at a very good point right now. Imagine what's 5 years from now, right? You know, so what's another 5 years from now?
Yeah.
Like you're gonna look back at the quality stuff you're doing now and be like, that was elementary from where I'm at, you know what I'm saying, for where you're gonna be. And you know what I'm saying, I feel like thinking about stuff like that, and that's why I haven't really deleted any of like my old stuff, just because
I keep everything. Keep it.
It shows growth. It shows growth. is as cringy as it looks. You know what I'm saying? It really shows growth.
That's one thing that I wish I did was like record more of myself. So now when I look back, I can see the growth as far as like video production. I wish I would have got more behind the scenes. Just maybe more vlogs just here and there. I wish I would have documented more at the time when I first started out.
Yeah.
Just so I can go back and reflect and see how far I came.
Yeah.
So anybody watching this video, it's just a lot of creators say this, and I wish I would have listened more. Is really document yourself now. Like if you're starting out now, document everything, because I'm telling you, you're really going to appreciate the growth, how far you come once you reach a certain point. Maybe it could be like 3 months to a year. You'll go back to 3 months ago, like, dang, that was me where I was, and this is where I am now. So that's one thing I wish I would have did more, is actually record and document myself as I came along the way.
Definitely. And then just like remaining confident, like in the current ability that you have, like knowing that you always have more to learn, but being confident in like where you're at, and, you know, being proud of yourself. Because that's like really a big thing too when it comes to like, okay, am I going to keep this video here? Yes, because I'm proud of where I was at that time. You know what I'm saying? In the media industry, your success relies on a few things: consistency, creativity, and more specifically, it takes a refreshing sense of uniqueness. Right? You got to be original. What do you as a creator bring different to the table? What have you been bringing different to the table?
That's a good question, because I honestly, right now, especially looking at my Instagram feed, Instagram in particular, I feel like I really haven't found my own personal style. I know what I want to do as far as style-wise. I'm kind of like pulling from different areas, but I feel like I haven't really locked in and dedicated my own personal style yet. But what I think I bring to the table, like you said, uniqueness, is I think every time I do a video, it's a little bit different than the last. So I'm not really doing the same exact thing. It's just I feel like I level up almost every time I do a video. You know, like you said earlier, it's just having that creative structure and being just super organized when it comes to music video production and anything else. It's just I feel like I bring a structured creative flow to like the production side of things.
Definitely, that having that, I would say that looking from the outside in, like having that structure, you know, it makes it easy for you to then go above and beyond, because you have the structure. It's just like, you know, when your house is clean, you can come home after work and go and you can do the extra mile with something else, with a different task. Or like even with your house now, like if it's clean, so now I can go work on a project because I don't have to do the menial things. I don't have to do the basic tasks. So like having that structure, having everything set up, it allows you to be like, okay, my space is clear. My thinking space is clear. So I can do this extra now. Or what if I did this? You know what I'm saying? You're not scrambling to put together.
That's a big thing too.
Structure.
Like being organized with your actual physical space too. It definitely helps a lot when it comes to your creative mind and your creative thinking.
It really does.
It does help a lot, because you don't want to be working on a super cluttered area. It's like, all right, man, I can't really think about what I need to think about or edit how I want to edit. It's just too much going on physically, and I can see it. So like having a clean, clutter-free space definitely does help a lot too.
I agree 100%. What does becoming your craft mean to you?
Becoming your craft. What does that mean to me?
Or
that's a good question.
To become your craft. What do you think that means?
I think so for me, so back in 2017, I got a DUI back in Germany. Nobody got hurt. Seriously hurt, but I'm not trying to like condone like you should drink and drive. It's a terrible thing to do. Don't do that. But so that event led to me meeting different people. It led to me being like where I am today. So I think it really is, you go through different steps in life and you really have to take advantage. It could be a low point, it could be a high point or a midpoint, but that was a super low point for me, and I took advantage of it and I grew from that. And it really molded me to who I am today as a creator, as a person, as a man. So I really just think it depends on the person and how you kind of maneuver through different steps in life when it comes to becoming your creator or becoming that creator.
Becoming that creator is like taking everything that happens, good or bad, and seeing like what you learn from it. Right. Seeing like how you just even down to just like how you feel about certain things.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Really getting to understand yourself.
Right.
And then that all translates into your work.
It does. It honestly does. I mean, even when I was at that super low point, I had a lot of friends and family kind of built me up a little bit. And then also you can't let that get to you, because if you are down all the time, that can definitely, it can reflect in your work as well. So for me personally, if I'm going through something, I try not to edit stuff if it's for somebody else, because I know that can definitely reflect in the work, and I don't want all that bad stuff I'm dealing with to reflect in somebody else's work that they're paying for. Mm-hmm. But if it's for my own personal stuff, I might just deal with it and just see what that can spark, because it could be a great idea from that life experience.
Yeah, big facts. Like that's everything comes from life experience.
Yeah, it's crazy. Know? Like a lot of artists go through different things, and like it kind of reflects in their work, and it may be some of the best work.
I make my best music when I'm heartbroken, man.
It's like that sometimes. So it is what it is.
Being a creator, I definitely feel like comes from a place of passion.
Yeah,
for sure. Like everything about it is passion. Like you can't do it, and because being a creator, when you create something, you're creating something that people are gonna actually watch. People are gonna be interested in it. If you don't seem interested yourself,
how are you gonna expect anybody else to be interested?
Right? You know what I'm saying? You gotta love what you're doing.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
If there's no love or passion in what you're doing, it's just like it's not gonna meet it. You know what I'm saying? So
wise words.
You gotta have that love, that passion, that drive behind what you're doing to really impact people the way you want them to be impacted. So,
you love what you do. Yeah. You never work a day in life. This stuff is work.
It's definitely a lot of work, man. People are like, oh, you do YouTube? You don't do shit. Man,
this is work, bro. But I love it. You know what I'm saying?
It's a lot of work, man. But I love doing what I do. Sometimes it's a love-hate relationship when it comes to like editing and stuff. But overall, I love what I do, and I love who I've become as a creator. So I definitely would not change anything that I've done. Yeah.
So like to wrap it up, what is 3 pro tips that you would give to new upcoming creators?
Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna speak on like personal experiences or things that I've gone through as a creator. First thing is YouTube wise. YouTube is a search engine. So if you're trying to reach more people, you have to word your titles in the specific ways that people are gonna search for. So you can't like name something, I did this, or hey, look at me. No one knows who you are. So you have to like make searchable content for your videos. That's tip number 1. If you want to expand your audience and expand your channel, you have to definitely make searchable content. That'll definitely help in the long run. Number 2, I would say expensive gear versus cheap gear. There's nothing wrong with buying cheap gear. Nothing wrong with buying expensive gear either. But when it comes to making the best financial decision, sometimes it is better to buy that more expensive piece of gear, because it's a better investment. It's going to maybe last you a little bit longer.
Might do the job better.
Yeah, might do the job a little better. But sometimes you have to make that cheaper purchase just so you can get to where you need to get. And it's nothing wrong with that. But if you have the money to buy something, 9 times out of 10, it's almost better to go with that a little bit more expensive piece of gear. All right, and then for the third one, I would say, starting out, I did this and I almost shot myself in the foot, is don't buy so much gear at first. I bought everything. I saw all these YouTubers with lights and different cameras and microphones and everything. And I drove myself into a position where it's like, I got all this gear and I'm not creating how they're creating. So it's like, you wanna make yourself just overthink everything because you have all of this gear.
Get the most out of it.
Yeah, so you want to get the most of what you have now. I'm at the point now where I sold a lot of my stuff, so I can really think about the things that I'm doing video-wise or photo-wise, and it just makes me a better creator. So I don't have so much gear to think about. I can think about more of the creative process. Yeah. So that's what I would really say. The last one is don't buy a bunch of gear, man. Just
extract the quality out of the gear that you have, because you can do a lot more than what you're doing when you just look, you just see things. You're like, oh, this is nice. I want this. I want that. But get what you can. You know what I'm saying?
Kind of limit your physical items to maximize what's in here. So that definitely helps a lot.
That's big facts. That goes.
That's a gym, man.
No, that is a gym. That goes past videography.
Yeah.
That goes a lot of things.
Minimize your physical need. Minimize your physical items to maximize what's up there, man. That definitely goes a long way.
All right. Now, if any of y'all say that, you better quote this man.
Yeah, quote me, man.
You better quote this
You know
man.
what I'm saying?
Well, man, this was a great interview, bro.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I was able to talk to you and, you know, just get to know you, put you on this video,
Yeah,
and get everybody else to get to know
interview,
you.
so I'm definitely glad to be on here and to give creative gems to anybody that watch this video. So yeah,
good stuff. It's great. All right, y'all. So make sure you check out Vizway Media. The link is going to be in the description, and the video or the channel is going to pop up somewhere here, right? All right, y'all. So until next time, stay great. Remember, your potential is infinite, inevitable, and unlimited. Stay great.
That was good.
Boom.
You gotta put